for this if statement that I have just selected, I'll just do some light, deobfuscation on that. I need to get that word, deobfuscation. Right. Just do some light obfuscation on that. Dear diary, it's the 8th of February. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Today I will be analyzing a doc file. First time I'll be analyzing a document, Word document, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Like I said, I got bored on analyzing PE files. Probably not as patient as I thought I would be, but let's move it. Okay, so to analyze doc files, I can't exactly use the same tools that I've been using. I can check, so exe info can prove that it is not an exe file. It is MSI format, which is doc, XLS, or BBS. And then it's told me that it is Word doc 3.62. And then try another file, use repo menu. Right, so definitely it's a doc file. And a way to find out if it's a doc file, as you can see here in the first byte, you can see doc, something that reads like doc file, DOCF11E, something like that, right? But you can check that in XD. So first byte would read something like doc file, which is interesting when you read it. So yeah, okay. You know what? Let me take a screenshot of that. Let me take a screenshot of that of doc file. Say that's February 8. Okay, that's sorted. Okay. If you check PE Studio, you won't be able to extract anything because PE Studio is just for PE files, right? You can see again, doc file. Well, here we have the hash, so we can check the hash. So if we copy values, see indicators, URL 2.2.2.11. Actually, PE Studio can see something. Strings. See the strings. Let's organize by size. And we see that these are, yeah, they're all very interesting strings. Yeah, project this document, open book. Yeah. Hello. So, very, okay, file path, C users, file path, C users, app data, summary information. Okay, please you see something, but it doesn't make sense. Literally doesn't make sense. Okay. All right, I will close that. I have copied the hash from PE Studio and I'm putting that in VirusTotal. Let's see what the brother has for us. VirusTotal with the hash says, yep, it's malicious, comes as important docs.doc, whatever that means. Yep, giving us some good info on that. First submission was 2015, so it's pretty old file. Different names, virus doc, yeah, different names, and that is all we know from. But if we just check, hash, let's see if anything comes up. Okay. Yep. .tm. That means it has micro. So it has macros. What else? Main word, PowerShell. So within the script, you're expecting it to call some PowerShell script. 35%. That's interesting. Okay, you think you had any XLS in it. Excuse me. Right. So of course this is the WinWord command exe tries to ping, and then CS script goes straight to PowerShell. Some registry keys, just some fun things in OSINT out there. Let's see what this does. Oof, Alien Voice has something as well. Right, and then this is just a text file for that. Oof. CrowdStrike Falcon, Browse 2002 designs, CrowdStrike, yep. Okay, so it's doc office, yeah. Yep, Malicious, bad doc, yep, analyzing 2020, bad doc, yep, Falcon Sandbox. Alright. This is the test. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so DNS, see some associated HTTPs, you know what we're looking for. Let me just say that this is live malware, so please, any analysis you'll be doing, let it be in your sandbox. Thanks and God bless. Okay, to start off, we'll use OLE tools, OLE tools. What's the meaning of OLE? Let's see. What is the meaning of OLE? OLE. OLE stands for Object Linking and Embedding. Yep, acronym for object linking. It's not referred to Yep, you can read more about that in your free time. Gary, thank you. So we'll be using OLE tools to analyze by doc. So let's see. I'll copy that path. If I drag this, if I drag this to here, it wouldn't do anything. It's just opening it up, right? It's just opening it up. I'll do a CD to that folder, and then I'll run OLE dump bad doc. Let's see. Right, so what OLE dump shows us is it just views and extracts the streams, and you can see a little note here. So it's showing us a couple of streams that have they have macros from their names. Let's put some here as well. Again, I'll just take a nice screenshot of that. All right, just so you know, nice screenshot of that. Save as Feb8B. And this shows us the different streams, so the different sections, streams and storage areas in the malicious file. This can also be gotten from OLE browse. Let's see, OLE browse. Right, OLE browse, bad doc. Right, so that brings out the same thing. Literally the same thing, right? So just that in OLE browse you can browse basically. So if you want to do this, okay on that, check the hex view, you can see what's in the file, normal.m, so it has a macro, something like that, you know. Press OK, go back, cancel, you go back. Let's check which one is that? So this document. So if you check VBA, this document, open, check the hex view. All right, so you can see that has some action in it. All right, so yep, you can see some action here. So impersonation level, wing magnets. Win management, sorry, ping ping. So this looks like it's pinging 1.3.1.2. Again, this is proper obfuscated, right? Uh, but you can just try to make sense of it. It looks like a variable here. So this bit, let's see. So if I copy this bit out, Notepad, put that in Notepad. All right, if I copy this bit out, paste that. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so delete that. Delete that. All of that. And we do, okay. So it's saying JE is equal to 4E, right? Recon, okay, plus XE, a recon, that is EXE, right? So J, F, blah, blah, blah would be something EXE, right? It would be probably 4.exe, right? Interesting stuff, isn't it? This looks like, uh, so from this is HTTP, that's the IP address, and then okay, ZEXE. I reckon it's trying to go to this IP address to download this exe file, right? Then yeah, go to this loop or exit the loop. You know, yeah, it doesn't exactly make sense, but we're seeing some words there that might look, you know, http.open, words that sort of make sense. Again, this is VBA, so Visual Basic Application. Macros are written in VBA, so if you know some of that, it helps. Okay, so I've just exited Oli browse. That sort of gives you an idea of what to look out for. Next, we check. We use Oli times. And this gives us sort of like the timestamps. Um, so this is a work in progress. Check updates regularly. I should probably check updates. Anyways, so timestamps for some of the ones, so again 2015. Remember, Virus Total told us that it was from 2015. Some you cannot check timestamps on. This would be similar to compiler and debug times as seen in P Studio. So yep, you can use that. If I cut that out, Feb 8D. Okay, so we've got some momentum here. We're checking. We've checked the list of streams or storage. We've checked the timestamps. Done some reverse engineering or obfuscation. I need to learn how to pronounce that word, but okay, de-obfuscation. De-obfuscation. Okay, moving on to what we're looking at. OLE. let's try OLEID. That should, okay. Okay, so OLEID just looks for malicious characteristics, right? And that's what it's giving you now. Take note of this table. I would also take a screenshot now. So it's literally told us that, yep, this file that we're reviewing, we're analyzing, has, you know, file format is MS Word. Like if you didn't know that before, right? It's in OLE format. Application name is Microsoft Office Word. Application used to open it. Property code page. It's in ANSI Cyrillic, Cyrillic Windows. It's not encrypted. The file is not encrypted. VBA macros, yes, suspicious, high. The file contains VBA macros. Suspicious keywords were found. Use OLE, VBA, and mRaptor for more info. It's giving us our next line of action. XLM macros, nope, none found. External relationships, no. The file does not contain Excel. External relationships such as remote templates, remote etc. Yep, not found in it. And guess what we'll do next? We'll do OLE VBA. Now, I want to open OLE VBA in another folder. Sorry, in another window. So all I've just done is double clicked it. OLE VBA is a Python module, so it's pretty nifty as well. So the usage, this is just a quick TLDR of the usage. The extensions to use it, extensions now, features, functions, yeah, whatever. This shows the help, P shows the password. If encrypted files, yeah, put password in there and then you decrypt it. Displays only analysis results, not the macro source code, etc. So I'm gonna use this. Oh, come on. Close this, don't save. C on that, and then bring it here. So we're going to cd into that folder and do OLE VBA. Display only C. So C displays only VBA source code. Do not analyze it. Right? Display all the obfuscated strings with their decoded content. Blah blah blah. So let's try A at first, right? So let's try -A. And that gives us, so OLE VBA -a gives us, okay, this is the file. It's type this VBA macro in this file has the macro, and it's giving us things in there. Now auto exec is a VBA function, right? Runs when, so anything in that substring or subsection, if you code Visual Basic, you understand substrings and stuff like that, right? Auto exec, runs when the VBA document is opened. There are three major ones actually. I think there's auto open and auto close. Auto close when it's yeah. Okay, so we found a couple of suspicious ones, things here and there. Okay, found some IOCs as well, so IPv4 addresses. Looks nifty, doesn't it? Looks nifty. Let me expand that because I'm about to, yep, you heard that, take a screenshot. So OLE VBA, actually, let's take that from, so OLE VBA-A would give us that, save as feb8f. Great. Okay, if we change that to what other, let's see, what do we want to try again? Do not analyze it. Okay, so if we do C, oof, that is a lot of macros. So can you see here that for, okay, let's scroll to the top. Yeah, yeah, that wasn't so smart of me, was it? So as you can see now, we cannot get to the top of the, because the code has taken over, right? But we can just have a look through this. This is Visual Basic, literally. So it's the source code, right? You can see the if. It's a if condition. If this GSKW is less or equal to 5.5, then run this. Ping. This is ping plus G. Ping this. You know, 2 times plus whatever is in this variable, right? You can see lots of obfuscation. So when referring to a file, see here we have C Windows temp 444 okay, exe. So this is literally Windows temp 444.exe, right? Okay. Then it goes on. It goes on and on, like that. You can see. All right. So for this if statement that I have just selected, I'll just do some light, deobfuscation on that. I need to get that word, deobfuscation. Right. Just do some light obfuscation on that. If JSKW is less or equal to 5.5, then, open this for output as this, right? Echo of check this, and then of course ping plus G, which is ping, two strings, ping 1.3.1.2, 2 times, right? And then, assign whatever is in this variable to this variable, sorry, whatever is in this string to this variable. And then of course, look at this is C script, right, dot exe. I believe that is exe. So chr is used to obfuscate string, so it would return string in this number, I believe. So that would be probably exe. And then of course this folder is ctemp, whatever is in this variable, character 34, and then you're pinging 2.2.2.1, sorry, 2.2.1.1 2 times, and going into Windows, all fun and games. This is C Windows temp 4.4.444.exe. Again, you're pinging, still in the loop, you're pinging 1.3.1.2, right? Yeah, it goes on. It goes on here. So when yep, going to the loop, going back, and then you're exiting the loop at some point. So yep, this we'll come back to this to explore this. But so that is just from, remember when we ran. So let me do this side by side, right? So when we ran, where is it? So if we run Oli VBA-A on bad doc, we get 2 files that have macro on them, right? 2 files. If we run Oli dump on badmacro.com, we get these 2 files with macros in them. See, right? So this document and user form, and this document and user form, right? This is the CLS and this is the form. Cool. Now see here that Oli VBA has told us that there is no VBA script in user form.1 or user form1.frm. It's an empty macro, so we're safe on that. Now to make this a bit more interesting, we would do that and would pipe it into baddoc.vba, right? That should appear here. So we have a VBA file, and I will open it in, where's the open with? Oh, come on. VS Code. Okay, in VS Code, open file. Where do I go from here? Let's see if that works. Okay, looks like it's working. All right, so we have this code, right? We have this. So this is the original code. All right, you can see, right? So if you do Control C on that, can I find? Right, so if I find this, I found it 3 times. So we know that this JASH means 0.4, and if we do Control C on there and go and do replace, oh come on, I'll put this here, Control C, Control A, Control V. So everywhere you see this guy replaced with this, right? Oh come on, do it. How do you use, you know what? Okay. All right, so it seems, yep, that's gone through. So that means we are going to this IP address, right, to get all right. Right, so we are going to that IP address to get that file to install. And the function out there is URL. So that makes sense, doesn't it? Cool. All right, so this would take ages if you want to do it, line by line. I mean, you have how many lines here? About almost 300 lines. You can delete this so that so delete this part, delete this part as well. As you can see, you have the sub, auto open, and sub H starts with all this, dim is, how you declare variables in Visual Studio or Visual Basic. Then you're ending if the WinVer is less than that, and if I'm guessing if this is the Windows version, oh well, we'll find it. And sub, which sub is this? Sub wait for, you know, you can see all the fun stuff happening here. If I close that, so we've seen the real code, right? Cool. Let's do another Oli VBA. That gives us, another help. So you can check. What I want us to focus on is the deop. So attempts to deobfuscate VBA expressions. It is slow, and then split the macro source code after replacing all the obfuscated strings by their decoded content. Now we're going to do that. So Oli VBA deop. That's correct. And then --reveal bad doc. Then we'll pipe that into a bad deop dot VBA. See, it's much slower than the first one. That is done. And, it's 48. It's different. All right. If we open that with Where's my Visual Studio Code? VS Code, VS Code. Okay, open another file. All right, open that. Again, let's delete this first part. Oops, let's not do that here. Delete the first part. So as you can see, this still looks like the old code, doesn't it? Because it is obfuscated. Mm, still the old code, still the old code. And now we can see this table after obfuscation, right? So this is the first table, right? This actually, you know what? Let me do this. Um, D of, let's see if that works. I've actually never tried this. So D of um, reveal. Yep, analysis, bad dog. See? Okay, cool, 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 cool. Yeah, that wasn't so smart. That wasn't so smart. All right, all right. Anyways, okay, let's go back to this. So this is the table before de-obfuscating, and this is the new table after obfuscation, right? We see that there are a lot more things. So, okay, these are still there. Suspicious open. Actually, before I go on, let me just save this file as VB. Let me just save it as VB. Yep. Uh, Visual Basic VB. All right, save that. That. Yep. Got some color. We all love colors, don't we? Okay, so we've got that. So this guy is empty, but looking at that, we see after VB normal, we now see things like obfuscation, VBA script. So this um, only VBA is telling us that these are, from the obfuscated side, or yeah, and the D, that being D of. Um, so we have loads more. See now that we can see the 444.exe, you can see header, we can see server name. Um, so it's showing us that this was what it was from, right? And then Adobe updates, loads of fun things, right? Also, see the line goes on. Yep, we've got loads and loads of deobfuscated materials here. And then it then shows us the macro source code with deobfuscated VBA string, and it says it's experimental. It tries its best, to be honest. It's pretty nifty and it's faster. Once you get this sorted, you can do your reverse engineering. So we see here where it's putting this together. This will be the user, where, yep, user will be the environment. So of course it will collect environmental variables for the server name and then put it in the for the user. Uh, 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 so it's not been able to deobfuscate this one, which is quite interesting. So DS, if you look at this, DS is here and DS is 100. So this is literally 100 minus 100 minus 98, right? It's just the way attackers, deobfuscate, sorry, obfuscate and make things harder for analysts. And then this character function will go into ABS, whatever this number is, and then convert it to a string. At the end of the day, this will be a string, right? I could go on and on to to review that, but that would take hours. And then we see here, get object, Windows management, impersonation level, impersonate, root, see it. That should be root, shouldn't it? There's an arrow here. Okay. Uh, but yeah, see? So we've got, it looks more digestible now, doesn't it? So here again, we've got pink, 1.31. You know what? I can just open this side by side. Oh, no, I can't. Ping it. This is one time. Ping this twice. Ping this twice. Go to this. This was what I was trying to interpret the other time. Okay, we see this guy again. Right. But look, it makes sense. It's better than, you know, going back here. If I change this to VBA and we put some, sorry, to VB, and we add some color to it, because, it's just nice having some color. Uh, Ooh, colors, the colors. All right, so see here that even with the colors, it doesn't exactly make sense, right? Okay, so uh, all right, so we've got the sub auto open here, right? And just auto opens it and it ends the sub. Again, we can read more about, Visual Basic and the different subroutines or substrings, the substrings or subroutines, I've forgotten. And now we can see that the new code is almost 1,000 lines. It's 935, and that's because it's added the old code with that nifty table and then another code. Um, right. So false, true. Okay. So that is, you can get an understanding of this from here. You can extract IOCs. You know, I'd say just copy this table. This table gives you almost everything. This table gives you, the registry values it calls or registry functions. Um, W script shell run, no execution policy, new objects. These are PowerShell codes. Yep, PowerShell, as you can see. New web client is also PowerShell. Download file is PowerShell. Has some X strings and some, base 64 strings, right? And, you've got your IOCs here, the three IP addresses that you can, oops, three IP addresses they can potentially block, a file names you can search for in your network. The folders, you can search for the install folder and check if anything has been dropped in there. You have something like a staging URL where you can reach out to download stuff, right? It's all fun and games, isn't it? And all this is just from static analysis. Again, this is the source code, so you can see almost everything that this guy is doing. And if you want to be cheeky about it, you can go to this HTTP, download the install exe, and do static analysis on that as well. That's a PE file, it's an exe file. So yeah, I think, to be honest, that will be the end of today. Um, what other analysis? Uh, yeah, so thank you, Dari. This has been very interesting, very, very much fun today. And one thing I've learned is deobfuscation. Ah, yeah, I got it right. All right. Thanks, Dari. I'm pretty happy today.